What's good? This is Trey with Legit Game coming to you with this video on how to stand out from the average guy. Alright. So, the average guy typically doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to women. If you go out to a club environment, go to parties, you just go out at any social environment, you'll notice that most men are clueless when it comes to attracting women. A lot of them think it's just based on looks. So if they're not good looking, they don't even try. The ones that are good looking, they don't have to learn game. They don't really need to have those type, skills such as, conversational skills, good body language, all those things. They don't have to work on that stuff because women respond to them based on their looks. So even though they have good looks, they still kind of have the average mentality, the average communication skill, the average behavior. So you can beat the good looking guy. You can beat the guy who has a lot of money. You can beat the guy who has status by displaying that you are not average. And how do you display that you are not average? Through dominance. Okay? And when I say dominance, I don't mean it in a negative way. Some people, they hear the word dominance, they think that you're like controlling and physically controlling, and you don't let the woman speak and all this. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. When I say dominance, I mean you are so confident in who you are and what you're doing and what you're capable of, and in your, you see yourself with high self-esteem. You see yourself as somebody going somewhere in life. When you truly know who you are, you assume that the woman you're speaking to is going to find you at the very least intriguing. Maybe you're not exactly her type. Maybe she doesn't want to have sex with you, But at the very least, she's going to find you intriguing because you know you are not average. You bring something to the table that no other man can bring to the table. A uniqueness that you own. All right. So when you are communicating and interacting with women, you want to display dominance. You want to show her that you are in control of your reality and no one can disrupt your reality. No one can disrupt your frame. What does this mean? This means if your vibe is, I'm a cool guy. Okay, let's just say you're at a party. Your vibe is, I'm a cool guy. I don't have to jump up around and do all these extra things. I'm just going to be cool. I'm going to talk to a few people. I'm not going to let anybody affect my mood. I'm just going to have a good time, chill time. If I attract a couple women tonight, that's great. Nothing serious. I'm not going to be over here running around like an animal. And I'm not going to do the opposite. I'm not going to be over here being timid. I'm just going to be cool. Now, if that's your mentality, that's your vibe. That should be your mentality and your vibe no matter what. You shouldn't be reacting to things. What do I mean by reacting to things? Let's say somebody bumps into you at the party, right? Some guy bumps into you. You have two options, right? You can choose to keep your cool, keep that vibe that you already had and say, oh, hey man, be careful, because the chances are he didn't bump into you on purpose. He probably drunk or whatever, or maybe just super excited, whatever. So you can choose, you can decide, maybe it was just accident, whatever. Hey man, just be careful, man. It's all good. It's all good. No worries, no problem here. Just letting you know, don't let it happen again. On just cool vibe, cool, handle it smoothly. Or you can get aggressive. Yo, what the hell, bro? Pushing back or Or, you drunk, you drunk as hell, man. What's wrong with you? Or, you could choose to react, or you can just continue whatever vibe you had the whole time. That's one example. Another example, you go and talk to a girl and she doesn't even, she rolls her eyes. You go up to a girl, you say, hey, how you doing? And she rolls her eyes and doesn't want to give you any eye contact. You can, be like, oh, look at you. You think you're so cooler. You could say all that stuff, or you could just be like, all right, well, have a nice day. Or you can just, she gives you that, you just walk away and go and talk to the next person. Basically, when a woman gives you like a negative reaction, you gotta remember how many people, like 7 billion people in the world. That's one person out of the 7 billion people. Okay. You gotta be realistic. You can't expect every single person in the world to respond to you positively, even if you do have high value. Okay. There are famous people who are doing great things that have haters. Okay. Even the famous people that are doing positive things in this world, they have haters, right? So you're going to have people that are going to not vibe with you, just not be on your, that don't mean that you should be affected by it. Every single interaction you go into, you need to have certainty. You see, the way how you stand out from other guys is understand that most guys are uncertain. Most guys are timid. Most guys are, they don't know who they are. They're not confident. They have insecurities. Good-looking guys, I know good-looking guys who still are insecure about their looks, right? Clearly, women throwing themselves at them and all this stuff, and they're still insecure about their looks. I know guys who are smart, and they don't think they're that smart. I know guys who are athletic, don't think they're athletic enough. Nobody thinks they're good enough. So you be the guy who believes that he's good enough, or believe that he's better than good enough. But don't be like everybody else. Oh, I'm not sure. She might not like me. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I feel awkward. Oh, man, I'm not ready yet. Just assume that you are great. Assume that you're the man. People will look at you and be like, why does he think he's so cool? What's something about him? He's so confident. He's so relaxed in this environment. When I go in a club or an environment where there's women, or social environment anywhere, the first thing I focus on is I want to be relaxed and comfortable. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about approaching women. I don't care about looking cool. I don't care about none of that. I want to be relaxed and comfortable. So that's what I focus on. So I find a way to get myself relaxed and comfortable, put myself in a relaxed and comfortable position, and then I go from there. Because if you're not relaxed, if you're not comfortable, and you try to interact with somebody, they're going to feel your discomfort. They're going to feel that you're uncomfortable. Now they're uncomfortable. Okay. Because that's the energy you're giving off. Right. And most people are not strong enough to hold their own energy. They're going to be affected by your energy. Okay. So instead of that, be the guy that's comfortable. Start there. Be the guy that's comfortable, relaxed. And then when you're communicating with people, be you 100%. Own who you are. Dominate. Dominate means you are the most certain. When I say dominate, all I mean is you're the most certain person in the conversation. You have the strongest frame. You are the most emotionally strong. You are the most mentally strong. And keep that frame no matter what happens. No matter what happens. If a woman challenges you, what's an example of a challenge she might give you? Let's just say you're talking to a woman and she says, oh, well, sorry, but I have a boyfriend. The response I love to give to that is to say, oh, I have a boyfriend too. And I say it, nonchalant, like it's not even a big deal. And it kind of throws them off because they're like, wait, does he have a boyfriend, or is he trolling me? Or you don't want to get all reactive. Oh, you have a boyfriend? Oh, what's his name? Oh, you have a boyfriend? Oh, no, you don't. Oh, prove it. Like, why are you kidding me? You reacting to her. You're showing her that she's on a pedestal. She just told you she has a boyfriend. If you have value and you have abundance, right when you hear that, you're like, okay, see you later. You know, so be the guy who is extraordinary. Go for extraordinary. When you interact with women, stop going for regular, stop going for basic, stop going for normal. Go for extraordinary. You can get a woman's number and she never calls you. You can get a woman's number, she never texts you. Why is that? Because you didn't leave a lasting impression. You cannot afford to be an average guy, especially in these days. Women do not need men now, right? Women have great jobs now. Women have the same rights as men now. It's not like how it was back in the day where women needed a man to help them, to support them and all that shit. It's not that anymore. So you cannot afford to be an average man, at least if you want attractive women. If you want to get high quality women, now you have to be, not only do you have to be a high quality man, you have to be a really high quality man. Because we're not just talking about, if you just want one night stand, okay, you can get away with that. But if you're talking about keeping the woman around, keeping her interested, your value has to be high and it has to be clear. And you have to be able to communicate it. You can communicate high value without being super high value. Because basically what you can show to a woman is, I'm on my way up. Okay. She will respond to you based on your potential. Because there's no way for her to really know, you know, even if a guy's successful right now, that doesn't mean he's always going to be successful. A woman will choose a guy who is not successful right now over a guy who is successful if the guy who's not successful right now shows better potential than the guy who's already successful. Because the guy who's already successful, he can lose his success. He can go back to poverty. You know, he can make mistakes or be right when she comes in his life. So she doesn't want that guy. She wants the guy who, when she gets in his life will improve and her life will improve. And they'll have a great time together. I just keep that in mind. Do not accept being average. Be the guy who has game. The guy who understands women. A guy who's attractive. And a guy who displays high value. Okay? So that's the advice. For more tips and advice on how to pick up and attract women, go to legitgame.com. Thanks for watching. Peace.